The Spider-Man 3 news just does not stop coming. Literally, it's like every single day you got a new rumor like, oh, this actor's coming back and that actor's coming back and this movie is just going to be insane. And now today we have a new report from the Illuminati, which actually has a pretty good track record even though they're pretty new, but they were the first ones to confirm Haley Steinfeld as Kate Bishop months ago, and that was like back in like July. So they have a good track record. We can trust them, but of course consider this a rumor for now. But they are currently saying that Willem Dafoe, who of course played Norman Osborn, aka the Green Goblin in the very first Spider-Man movie with Tobey Maguire, as well as Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman from Spider-Man 3. So, according to the report, they're still just in talks. I think Willem Dafoe was said to be either signed on or almost, like they're in the final stages. But this would just be awesome to see because, first of all, let's talk about Green Goblin. Willem Dafoe's Norman Osborn. He was just so good in this role. This character was so awesome. And it was just so cool. I mean, the actual Green Goblin suit and mask and everything, I never really cared for that. But just the acting from Willem Dafoe was amazing in that role, and I would love to see him return. Plus, I mean, this would technically be our first time seeing Norman Osborn in the MCU, so that would be awesome. But then we also have Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman, which I loved. Honestly, that Spider-Man 3 movie, Sandman was the best part of that movie. Venom was the big problem with that movie, but Sandman was awesome. I loved Thomas Hayden Church's portrayal of this character. He looked exactly like Sandman is supposed to look, and I loved his story and everything. At first I was a little confused and didn't really like the whole Uncle Ben thing, but then, the big reveal at the end, that all that stuff. So overall I liked it, and I would love to see this return. And also, if you think about it, if now you've got Sandman in this movie as well, we're most likely getting a Sinister Six team up in this movie. But now with all these characters, we could totally get an OG classic Sinister Six lineup here. Because the classic Sinister Six lineup, which would be so awesome to see since this would be our first time seeing the Sinister Six in live action, had Dr. Octopus, and we know Alfred Molina is returning. It had Electro, we know Jamie Foxx is returning. It had Vulture. Now, we don't know if Michael Keaton is returning, but hopefully he does. I mean, it makes sense if he did, because that wouldn't require any reality hopping or anything. Mysterio, which hopefully Jake Gyllenhaal would return because I highly doubt Mysterio is actually dead. Then we have Craven the Hunter, who's been heavily rumored for this movie. I mean, we're not sure if he's still going to be in this now that they're doing this whole multiverse thing, but hopefully they are. And then finally, we have Sandman with Thomas Hayden Church. So they have all the members there to do that, to do this OG Sinister Six lineup, and I would just love to see that. Or they could go even bigger and they could do a full-on Sinister 12, because in the comics that was actually a thing, that the Green Goblin formed instead of a Sinister 6, it was a Sinister 12. And you've got 12, or at least almost 12 villains. Let's see, you got Alfred Molina as Dr. Octopus, Willem Dafoe's Green Goblin, Thomas Hayden Church's Sandman. Then you got Jamie Foxx's Electro. You bring back Dane DeHaan as Green Goblin. Then you have Michael Keaton's Vulture, Jake Gyllenhaal's Mysterio. Maybe bring in Scorpion with Michael Mando. And then you could toss in some other ones there, like bring back Paul Giamatti's Rhino, and bring back Topher Grace's Venom for some reason. Bring in Tom Hardy's Venom. Bring in Morbius. There's so many possibilities here if they are truly going full-on multiverse. And there's just so many possibilities that they can literally do anything here. So I don't know what's going to happen, but if this happens, this would just be freaking awesome. Like, seeing the return of Willem Dafoe as Green Goblin would be awesome. Seeing the return of Thomas Hayden Church as Sandman would be awesome. This whole movie is just going to be awesome. So guys, you got to let me know down in the comments below. Do you want to see these two actors return to their role for Spider-Man 3? And what other characters would you like to see in this film? So, thanks so much for watching. Please drop a like if you enjoyed this video, and hit the subscribe button so I can keep you up to date on everything that goes on in the Marvel life.